So in class today we're going to be working on oblique drawings, and you're going to be doing this individually. So there are a few different ways you can work on your drawings. So you can do them with grid paper at your table and then take photos and post your images. And then if you don't have grid paper, you can draw everything using either 1/2 inch per box, and by what I mean by box is this grid paper box right here. For questions 1 and 3, and then for examples 2 and 4, you're going to use 1 inch per cube. And what I mean by cube is this edge right here. Okay, the other way you could do this is actually do them digitally and use Google Draw to make all your grid paper and then also your drawings. So what you can do for that is copy this grid that I have supplied for you, because it'll be the right size for what you need to do. My example I actually did on the grid paper that's here. So you're going to go to Insert, Drawing, New. And now that it's loaded, I can paste in my grid. And because that's really small, we can zoom in a little bit more. Oh, let's see. Oh, I'm terrible at zooming at this. Okay, there we go. So, top corner. So now we can draw in our object. Okay, so we could use the line tool. So I'm going up 4 boxes. Okay, if this line is too thin, which it normally is, I'd suggest using 4, actually in this grid paper, probably 3. 3 point for your lines. And then if you just randomly click, it puts in a line, but you can actually just grab the edges and move them where you need to put them. And then if you click on a line, because you don't like where it is, you can just move it around and add them in that way. Okay. So we have our line tool. And the thing is though, when you add in a new line, it's going to shrink it back down. So you need to increase it again. So you're going to have to do that anytime you kind of lose track of your line tool. So remember, when you're drawing these, you want to go back diagonally. And it doesn't take too long to draw these in. I've just drawn this one a lot, so I'm doing it for memory. You might need to flip back and forth and look at the drawing versus what you're doing. Or you could do kind of like a split screen thing. So this one line, oh, not that one. This one I kind of tilted a little bit too much, so I'm going to change it. And then I can see this one's a little bit too long, so I can shrink it a little. And when I'm happy with it, save and close. And you can see that it matches the original drawing. So if you need to, in the middle of this, kind of shrink out of it so you can see what you're drawing, you can shrink it and then go to Edit, and then you can see what you're drawing again. And then when you go to zoom, you're going to have to go all the way back to the corner. I don't know why it makes you do that. And then you can just kind of pick up where you left off, and then save and close, and it's put back in. So hopefully that makes some sense to you. And then just a quick thing over here for this. When you're drawing these in, don't draw it at this angle. You're going to want to draw it with this gray face, kind of as if it was flat on the paper. So this area right here would be this darker area over here. This light area would be this area. And this kind of like middle shade gray would be this area. So that's kind of how you need to tip it in your head. So if you have any questions, you can ask me in class or send me a message on Schoology. So good luck.